slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best because I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash.
All right, Coach. Thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, set, 180. 45. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
A first down throw here for Rivers. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers, and it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Shot, 390. Check, 45, come on, baby. Load it.
From the gun, Rivers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Rivers to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Rip left. Slew draw Corker. Go.
They'll start the drive with Love here. And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 29, Locke. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Ready. Send Lobo. 6-6. Pull it high.
On first down, here's Love. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Deion Jones. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Check. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Love. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's Mostert. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. Hey, Delta. 45.
To throw again. Rivers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They still playing soft. Hey, Rocket.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on, dude. 80 weapon.
Running to start the drive is Love. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
X3, 218, chop. Hey, Foxtrot.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. The point after is good. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Play action now. Rivers looking for Campbell downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. This is Love. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Set, ready, 50, plant. I'm trying to collect. Let's go.
Here's Locke. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Mostert. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike.
Zero.
Check, 45.
Third and short yardage, Rivers. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Bryce Love, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Browns take over first and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Protein spill.
Throwing again. Rivers on second and 10. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
What's tight? Tight is right.
Rivers now. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Hey, Delta! Hey,
They go draw play. This is Samuels looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Bravo!
On third down, Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may...
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Love. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They go play action here on first down. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the pass. Mike, 50.
Ready?
Block will try again on 2nd down. Got him in. It's Brown. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll run on first down. It's Love. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Bryce Love, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun. Rivers. Flush to his right. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit
and Brown's got it for a Patriots touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point safely through, and the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. On the carry, it's Love. And he's got room. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, dude. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. 65. 65. Get it.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Jet bombers.
53, check 53.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
X3. Ready?
Going to give it to Love. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. That would give running right is Love. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm going to go load it. Load it.
From the gun, Rivers going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. DeAndre Hopkins. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will get him one closer. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Bryce Love. 75 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, Rivers completes it to Davis, and they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing Rivers, and that'll be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw again on second down. Rivers. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They'll throw again. Rivers uncorks one for Davis. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
Here I come. Here I come.
Let's go.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. This is the tight end Fant.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good.
Let's go. Let's do it.
is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Block now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Love. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Let's go. 30 base.
Push him back. Push him back.
5.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
60 out long.
53 is mine.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Buzz.
On 3rd down, blocked. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They go play action. Rivers. Going deep for Hopkins. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 53. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Bring it. Bring it. 45. 45. Mike, 45. Let's go, defense.
4th down, Rivers. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Off the play fake here, Rivers. They'll roll him out right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense?
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the ship. No.
They'll run with Love. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're